Equitable distribution. Equitable distribution is the rule followed in West Virginia for dividing property of the parties to a divorce. You've heard of community property states, even the one instance where the woman won a $300,000 prize from the lottery, moved on to a divorce, the husband discovered it. Not only did the court give half of her winnings, the court gave all of her winnings to her husband because that's the rule. And maybe it's a fair rule in that case. But in West Virginia, the rule is practical. It has a presumption that regardless of who brings in the paycheck, there's a presumption that any property acquired through the efforts of either party are owned 50-50. Gets a little complicated when one of the parties contributes money or property previously owned to a down payment on a house, but it's certainly easier when the person is wise enough to keep those items separate. Of course, that's not the basis for most marriages where the parties want to pool their resources and make a life together. So that's why the presumption is there. Sometimes the person with a greater income assumes more than 50% of the debt, but sometimes that's because they want to get credit towards the alimony claim. I use a fairly sophisticated Excel workbook to identify the assets and the debts, which can be separate and therefore $0, marital, where we put it down dollar for dollar, or mixed, where I only list on the spreadsheet the value of the marital part. And then my client and I work hard dividing that up in a way that's equitable, and then we compare the bottom line to see how close that is to 50-50. This is an excellent method of doing this. There's various software that lets you do this, but I have found creating our own spreadsheet and understanding that spreadsheet inside and out is a very strong asset for me to have.